The worst military mistake in galactic history started with 5 simple words. They look easy to conquer. Captain Rex stared at his computer screen, watching the third planet spin lazily around its yellow star. In 3 hours, his fleet would attack. In 3 days, he expected total victory. He had no idea he was about to face the most dangerous species in the universe. The people living there seemed easy to defeat. "Sir, the planet has people who just learned to fly in space using simple rocket ships," said Officer Sarah. "They are not very advanced. No special fast travel or gravity control. They should be easy to take over." "Good," Rex said with a smile. "The Space Empire will be happy. This world is perfect for living, and we won't need to change much for our people to live there." "Can they fight back?" Sarah checked her computer. "They have basic weapons, some nuclear power, and simple satellites. They call themselves humans, and their planet Earth. Strangely, they use the same name in all their different languages." The first attack went perfectly. Empire ships appeared from space and destroyed every satellite around Earth. The humans moved fast, taking people into huge underground shelters. "Sir," Communication Officer Tom said, "the humans are trying to talk to us. Their signal is very strong for their technology level." "Put them on screen," Rex ordered. After some talk about signal power, a human man appeared wearing a suit. "I am Leader Johnson of Earth Defense," the human said. "Since you attacked our satellites instead of just saying hello, I think you want our planet in one piece. That means you need to come down here and take it by force. We don't have one ruler, so you'll need to talk to each country separately if you want everyone to give up." Captain Rex was surprised. "We give you one chance to surrender to the Space Empire. If you refuse, we will take over completely." The human's face showed he was not worried. "Then you better bring your ground soldiers," Leader Johnson replied. "We'll try to keep this fair, but I can't control everyone." They talked more about war rules and fighting fairly. When asked about eating dead enemies, Johnson said that was considered wrong except when starving. Captain Snake, leader of the Lizard Ground Forces, showed his sharp teeth. "At least they have some rules about war prizes." A few days later, a captured human fighter sat tied up in the medical room. The prisoner said his name was Mike, and he had somehow killed many Empire soldiers, even though he claimed to be a regular citizen. "Impossible," said the questioner, a bug-like intelligence officer. "No untrained civilian could fight so well." Mike groaned as tiny medical robots fixed his injuries. "We hunt wild animals for food and sport, which teaches us to shoot. We play war games that help us think like soldiers. Camping and hiking teaches us to survive. Computer simulations let us practice dangerous things safely. We don't need to plan attacks together, because we all think the same way, from watching the same movies and playing the same games." "But how did you get to this world without fast space travel?" the questioner asked. Mike looked thoughtful. "You never figured out how to control quantum energy safely, did you? You had gravity technology, so you could do research in deep space, where explosions wouldn't destroy your planet. We had to make everything smaller instead, keeping the energy release tiny until we got it right. Then we made it bigger for our transport system." The questioner's eyes went wide. "Your emergency escape systems can be turned into weapons," Mike confirmed. "I wouldn't suggest trapping us. Also, Earth isn't connected to our main network. Even if you steal our machines, you can't reach our other people." "Where is your homeworld?" the questioner demanded. Mike tried to move his shoulders, but his healing ribs hurt. "Different part of space, very far away. We have colonies spread across many galaxy groups. Scientists think one might even be in a different universe." "What does Earth mean in your language?" Mike looked at a vehicle outside the window. "See that wheeled machine? That's an Earth-type explorer vehicle. Actually, wait. The planet was named after the vehicle, not the other way around. The vehicle was named after the company owner who made it. I don't know what his family name originally meant." Back on the command ship, Captain Snake studied the battle reports with worry. "These underground places are too small for all the people who went into them. Even with sleep technology, which they don't have, the math doesn't work. They must have moved most people somewhere else," Intelligence Officer Sarah concluded. Now we know their portal technology ignores normal space travel rules. Captain Rex felt worse. The prisoner thinks they sent enough smart people through those portals to copy our gravity technology. He can't guess how long that might take, or where they'll attack from. Things got worse when the underground places suddenly shot huge missiles powered by mixed chemical and gravity engines. Those missiles have force shields, the weapons officer reported with alarm. Captain Snake's eyes went wide as he spoke to all ships. All ships prepare for enemy soldiers boarding us. The missiles carry people, not bombs. The fight that followed was harder than expected. Human soldiers, somehow surviving crushing speeds that should have killed them, fought very well throughout the Empire ships. A computer voice soaked through the fleet. Emergency protocol red, activated. If any explosive charges are detected, all ships within Earth's orbit will self-destroy. What did we do to make them so desperate? One human soldier wondered out loud. You showed abilities we didn't expect, as he recovered from the smaller manner of the flight of the Concorde. Finally, both sides agreed to stop fighting. Captain Rex found himself sitting across from Leader Johnson in what would become a temporary embassy. How much power do you really have to make deals? Johnson asked. Officially none, Rex admitted. Treaties need approval from the Space Empire Council. Unofficially, I can tell you what terms they might accept. Strange to give you power to start wars but not end them, Johnson observed. Normally, a council speaker would have come right away, Rex explained. But they're busy with the 10-year grand meeting, when arguments that can't be solved with laws may be handled through other methods. Like what? Fighting duels, among other things. The preparation rules are so strict that fighters usually want blood. A communication device beeped, and Johnson checked the screen. Your speaker is arriving. The newcomer was tall and very thin, almost see-through. Speaker Lisa stepped forward gracefully. Foreseeing the impossible in time to prevent disaster, for putting the Empire's welfare before personal pride, and for excellent service, you have been promoted to the Empire Council, she announced to Rex. After some time understanding this surprise, Rex managed to respond. I almost lost everything by not expecting their transport abilities. You followed standard rules until it became clear you faced a new situation. You cannot be blamed for the first fight. More importantly, you realized when the impossible had happened, and changed quickly enough to prevent defeat from becoming total disaster. The speaker continued explaining the political meaning while Johnson listened with growing worry. You look like certain dangerous beings from our old stories, Johnson told Lisa directly. Long-lived creatures who were thrown off their homeworld for misusing supernatural powers. Your portal network suggests such throwing out might be more possible than we thought. If your people have suffered from attacks by our outcasts, I understand your worry, Lisa replied diplomatically. The talks continued as both sides were to establish formal relations despite complex political systems. The Freedom Alliance, Earth's main military group, operated across multiple dimensional areas, while various government federations maintained economic control through carefully written legal contracts. As negotiations went on, Captain Snake found himself arm wrestling with Mike, who was getting better from his injuries. Despite having lost limbs in previous battles and using mechanical replacements, the captain was struggling against the human's natural strength. You never mentioned having giant predators the size of buildings that breathe fire, Snake complained. Mike smiled. Our ancient legends describe hunting such creatures with simple weapons made of wood and metal. Mostly, they were bigger than houses and very hostile. Heroes who succeeded were remembered for centuries, though many died trying. That explains your species' approach to impossible challenges, Snake observed. Not impossible, Mike corrected, just very dangerous. The key is being smart enough to find an advantage and brave enough to use it. This conversation was heard by newly promoted Councillor Rex, who nodded thoughtfully. Smart and brave indeed. That combination explains everything we encountered here. The war ended not with conquest, but with mutual respect, and the beginning of an alliance that would change both civilizations forever. The humans had proven that advanced technology meant nothing without the will to use it creatively, while the Empire learned that sometimes the greatest victories come from knowing when not to fight. Both sides gained much from this meeting. The Empire learned new portal technology, while humans gained access to gravity control and medical advances. Most important, they learned that the universe was much larger and more dangerous than either had imagined, and they would be stronger facing it together.